I say the NBA season is like a marathon, in which case we've just reached the jelly legs and pained expression phase. In November there were 29 teams and now we're down to the final four. That's Miami, Chicago, Utah and Houston.
Our featured action today comes from the East Final Game 5 as Chicago try and close out the Miami Heat.
Leads one. Shot Bushra.
Over in the West Final, Utah and Houston are locked in a titanic struggle. The latest news in Zoo.
Hammered up.
We see and hear some masters at work off the court. Catch up with the latest in cool cuts. Haircuts, that is. Dave Lewis projects the future style of b-ball in hoopology. And Jamie Edwards unravels the mystery of the hook shot in anatomy.
In the Eastern Conference Final, Chicago did what all good teams are meant to do. First they tidied their room, then they won one on the road to take a 3-1 lead back to Chicago. Dave Lewis was there to find out exactly what happened, but first, here's the story from those first four games.
Oh, MJ split everybody and put it in. 7 at 6. Fake comes inside on top. Harp 4-3. Yes, a big time three by Harp. Back to the rim. Brian Williams with a rebound. Lob for Scotty. Radford backs it in, continues to back, baseline fadeaway jump. That was a tough shot. Pip was all over him. Good cut by Scotty. Oh, that one hurt Miami.
What we're going to try to do is go back to Miami, and hopefully we can get 2 there and come back to Chicago.
Shot clock at 2. Pippen. Yes. It has been a long afternoon for that man.
We will win on Monday.
Pippen off the rebound. Alonzo Mourning adding to the Miami lead. The block. Stop Jordan. Roddy with the puts it down.
So once again, Mourning getting pushed by Dennis Rodman and then coming in with that elbow first.
You know, we believed in ourselves, and that's what got it done today.
We're here in Chicago for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Who's not here is that little guy by the name of Jackson. That's the reason I'm going to give you the real scoop on the Chicago Bulls. You see, they're not playing that well in the playoffs. They've been totally out of sync in the Miami series, but they have managed to go up 3-1, and they're disrespecting the Miami Heat left and right. But when you disrespect the Pat Riley team, hey man, you're going to pay some dues. Like in Game 4, when Alonzo Mourning guaranteed a win, hey, that was all about pride. But Game 5 is going to be a different story. The Bulls, man, they love challenges. Hey, these teams have a lot of hard feelings. That's why the Bulls want to send the Heat home and down the Chicago River. things you need to check out. When Alonzo Mourning and Dennis Rodman are guarding each other, hey, there's going to be some fireworks. Could get real physical. Michael Jordan went 9 for 35 in Game 4. That won't happen again. The Miami Heat, if they want to win the game, hey, they got to have another scoring option here. Rashawn Leonard, Dan Marley, somebody show up. If that doesn't happen, hey, the Heat, they're going to be lights outsville.
All right, Mourning and Longley, and controlled by Miami. Tim Hardaway, who grew up here in the Chicago area, for Rashawn Leonard, being played by Jordan. Jamal Mashburn. And here's Hardaway. Rebounded by Jordan. Now, it'll be intriguing to see how Michael plays it at the start. I know Phil Jackson does not want to see him try to do too much.
Talking with Phil before the game, I asked him that, and he said, no, he's got to make sure that the other players get involved. They got to get Luke Longley some scoring chances inside to possibly try and draw a foul on Alonzo Mourning.
And Harper opens up with the finger roll.
And the Bulls will take any kind of offense they can get from Ron Harper, who has struggled mainly from the outside, so why not take it to the basket?
Alonzo Mourning hearing the boos from the crowd, and then is rejected by Longley. Just for the record, going back in NBA playoff history, two teams have been down 0-3 and come back to force a seventh game. The 1951 New York Knicks did it in the finals, and the 1994 Denver Nuggets. Here is Jordan. Michael putting a signature on that one.
Well, the underneath out-of-bounds pass was tipped by Pippen, and Jordan challenging Tim Hardaway, and Hardaway bailed out, didn't even try to commit any kind of foul, letting Jordan get the dunk. Tipped by Pippen, stolen by Harper, sending Jordan on the breakaway, and Hardaway had a notion, but pulled back at the last moment.
Harper, very aggressive, looking for the steal, was called for that foul. Leonard. Jordan not allowing the shot. Mashburn. Met by the double team. Excellent defense by the Bulls. Rodman had nowhere to go and drew the foul. Very fortunate because he caught it in a difficult position, but still was able to attempt the shot. Here's Leonard for three. And on the back tap, handled by Pippen. Jordan going behind the back. Jordan extending off the tip. Michael Jordan with the tip-in. It's the Bulls 12, the Heat 2, and Jordan has 8 of the 12 Chicago points. Hardaway on a quick release. Round is blocked by Longley, and it will be Chicago ball.
Well, the Chicago defense is doing this all to Miami, and the tentativeness of the Heat in their half-court offense is just lending that much more problem to their cause right now. Not getting enough ball movement. They have to establish Alonzo Mourning inside, and he can't mess around with the ball. He's got to look for a quick scoring opportunity. When doubled, give the ball up.
Michael Jordan looking on target right from the opening tip, and he's talking to Leonard. Timeout called by Miami.
Tim Hardaway is first, looking for. Joey Kukoc to the line, Chicago.
Shot clock down to 7. Kukoc fires. Yes. Tony Kukoc, a notorious street shooter. Fans here in Chicago hope that's a good sign as he hits on his first. Mourning off a double team, lost it. Jordan. Rebound Kukoc. And stripped. Here comes Hardaway. Harper able to get back. Nice move by Hardaway. Oh, what a play by Tim Hardaway, and a foul. And Kukoc throwing in, looking for Jordan. Couldn't find him. Had to loop it into Brian Williams. And Williams with the tip. Nice follow. Brian Williams has played so well since coming over, signing as a free agent following the injury that was suffered by Bill Wennington. P.J. Brown. He's been very quiet. Hopper with the rebound. 2.5 to go in this first quarter. The Bulls in command, 24-10. At one stretch, they led 16-2. Oh, Jordan off a beautiful lead from Hopper.
And the Bulls have taken advantage of the Heat's over-committing on defense from time to time with those backdoor plays. The Heat trying to be aggressive, but it gets them in trouble from time to time.
Miami shooting only 4 of 18. Well, Tim Hardaway improving that percentile. Hardaway with a three-pointer. He now has 9. And the Bulls lead 26-13. Kukoc. He had the mismatch with Hardaway. Isaac Austin, who's played well throughout the series, has come on for the first time. Hardaway fires. And Brian Williams with the box out on P.J. Brown. Kukoc running the floor, but has to pull it up.
Still shaky on his footing. Had an excellent opportunity last time with the post-up, but because his timing was way off, rushed the shot against the smaller Hardaway.
Now Kukoc got the step.
He's working his way into it, Barb. He's going to force it right now, and the Bulls will need it with Pippen in the locker room.
Hardaway foul. Alonzo Mourning sitting down, did not score. Committed 3 turnovers. You see Tim Hardaway with 11 points. 11 of the Miami 15. Jordan. He had lots of room to operate.
And he made sure by really pounding into the floor and getting high in the air, he didn't have to get that high.
Brown shooting. P.J. Brown with his second field goal. The Bulls 30, the Heat 17.
Jason Cappy getting some minutes here. He's only played 16 minutes in the series. Didn't play at all in Game 4.
Cappy getting the time with Pippen. Hurt at the moment. Three-pointer by Jordan. Scottie Pippen injuring his ankle earlier in this first quarter. Bulls now lead 33-17. Hardaway trying to pull away and was held by Hopper.
And in that first quarter, we saw the best execution by the Chicago Bulls as Dennis Rodman. Shot clock winding down. Let's go with the 3. And all that good execution in that first quarter resulted in outstanding shooting by the Bulls. 12 for 20 from the field.
And Dennis Rodman on the release knew it was on target. Rodman during the regular season hit only 5 three-pointers, 5 of 19. Here's Austin getting inside. Isaac Austin scoring for Miami. And with a minute gone by in the second, it's the Bulls up by 15.
And if you've noticed, it's still early in this game, but Dennis Rodman not getting involved in extra physical stuff with the Miami Heat and not getting involved with the officials. He knows Joe Crawford, as the lead referee, will take no nonsense.
And there's also a fellow on the crew, Hugh Hollins, who has certainly had some ups and downs from the Chicago Bulls point of view. He's been involved in several scenarios. There's Rodman firing the 3. And Mourning turned it over. Here's Jordan beating Mashburn, but not able to hit Bush Lewis there. The Chicago bench has done the job in this first half. They now lead 50-34. Mourning couldn't handle the pass. Here's Brown with Bushler. He taps it back, and Randy Brown puts it down. How about the play of Judd Bushler in his 7th season out of Arizona? Valuable player off the bench. Despite the up and down playing time, his play is always consistent. And he's hearing it from the crowd. The Bulls with a 57-46 lead. Hoping to wrap up this series. Kukoc off the steal. While Miami wanted to set it back to a 6th game on Friday night. And yet a new 24 for Chicago. Here's Kerr for 3. Yes. 50-46, Chicago. Hardaway putting moves on Kerr. Marley opens for three. And Mourning with the rebound. Here's Leonard for three. And chipped home. Tough work under the boards by Miami.
And it's how they are staying in this game, getting second and third opportunities on the offensive glass, and that's how Alonzo Mourning, who's having a tough time getting any kind of shots off, that's where he can find it.
Oh, Caffey with the stop. P.J. Brown getting credit for that tip a moment ago with several hands going for the loose ball. Bulls now lead 62-48.
And what a lift from the Chicago Bull bench as Michael Jordan has gone cold in the second quarter.
Hardaway pops it out to Leonard. Marley. Miami firing away from three-point range. Looking to get back into this game with the three-point shot. Overall 6 of 19 in the first half from three-point land. Down to 15 seconds remaining in the half. And Michael Jordan playing the clock. Now met by Mourning and fires. And he has lost the touch after the fast start. Final seconds of the half, and Hardaway was able to draw the foul, a blocking foul. Kukoc able to find Jordan. Yes! What a beautiful pass from Tony Kukoc.
The Bulls know you win championships by playing defense. In the first half, they were swarming. On offense, Michael Jordan carried them in the first quarter, and in the second quarter, it's Brian Williams on the bench that did it there. Hey, Scottie Pippen sprained his ankle. He's questionable for the second half. Don't know if he'll be back.
Soft drink is not a magic potion, a status symbol, or a badge that says who I am. It will not make me popular.
Wanna hang?
It will not make me run faster or jump higher. It will not make me more attractive to the opposite sex, though I wish it would.
You're beautiful.
If I need a badge, I'll become a security guard.
Welcome to the force,
If I need a
son.
refreshing drink, I'll obey my thirst. Image is nothing, thirst is everything. Sprite.
If you're going to travel, travel light. Toffee crisp, chocolate, caramel, and a light crispy center, which won't slow you down.
Saxo VTS is a Saxo, but with a bit of the devil inside it.
We have the soil. We have the vines. We make great wine. So what do people drink? 1664.
Kronenberg 1664, the best-loved premium beer in France.
The only ones drinking Chateau Châtelet are me and him. No, me anyway.
If you can't beat them, join up.
I know.
Join them up. Join up them.
Excuse me, you're a Norwich Union member, aren't you? Orbit. You do know your application to buy shares at a discount must be in by June the 10th.
Norwich Union members offer closes on June the 10th.
The Bulls are up 64-50. From the Miami Heat, they got to find some more offensive players here. Like I said before, they need a triple threat on offense. Tim Hardaway did his job, 20 points. Jamal Mashburn had 10. But where's Alonzo Mourning? Only 5 points there. For the Bulls, keep doing what you're doing. And when Dennis Rodman has 7 points, you know it's all good.
The Heat able to hang around after the shaky start. They were down 16-2 after 6 minutes of play. They hit only one of their first 12 from the field. And here's Mourning, only his second field goal attempt.
And not looking very comfortable with that shot. He did take it quickly, however, without fooling with the ball. But Alonzo Mourning, having a bad offensive game, has to go to the offensive board, try to do his damage there.
Jordan with the step. Oh, he adjusted on the shot while in midair. Also thought he was fouled.
Yeah, he was looking all over for an official to give him a whistle.
66-54, Chicago. Brown missed the stop. He thought he was fouled. 2 minutes gone by in the third.
That's the second time P.J. Brown had a dunk opportunity, unable to finish off the play. Miami just can't afford to have those kind of miscues.
Mismatch with Marley picking up Longley on a switch. Kukoc. Rodman with the offensive board. And he was fouled.
Well, Michael Jordan, when he puts the ball on the floor and looks for penetration, even if it's only half penetration like this, coming to the quick stop, getting up in the air, and just that little bump below the waist by Sean Leonard. Michael wanted the call, probably should have gotten it.
And Leonard called for that foul on Rodman. Leonard's second. Bulls lead by 12. Longley comes out to set the pick. Rodman. Dennis Rodman. Oh, beautiful turnaround shot by Rodman. And once again, he's contributed at the offensive end. 9 points for Rodman. 22nd timeout called by Pat Riley. Hardaway rejected by Longley. Harper, the trailer, taking it from Jordan. And it leads to a Miami timeout. The Bulls by 14 with 4:24 to go.
Now Miami going to try to spread the floor, get that high pick and roll for Tim Hardaway to see if they can create something.
Miami's now missed his last 8 shot attempts. And Marley puts an end to that streak with the long-range 3. 8 points for Marley. Bulls 74 and the Heat 62. That was the 25th three-pointer attempted by Miami. They're 8 for 25. Kukoc. Tony Kukoc, who just came on for Michael Jordan, extending to a 76-62 lead. 8 points for Kukoc. Austin. The box out by Bushler. Randy Brown checking with Phil Jackson at the Bulls bench.
And Isaac Austin winding up on the perimeter for shot attempts. Jamal Mashburn not going to the board. Nobody for Miami getting to the offensive glass.
Shot clock at 6. Rodman posting up. And Austin, who handles the ball well for a big man, perhaps getting a little overconfident there, and turned it over.
Good being a relative term there. He did get all the way to the basket nicely enough, but just unable to finish any kind of playoff.
Well, both clubs having their problems offensively. Each with 12 points in this third quarter. and Rodman in the post-up move. Putting the moves on Mashburn.
It's strange to say, Dennis Rodman, the go-to guy right now for Chicago with Jordan on the bench and Pippen injured.
Hardaway's pass broken up by Bushler, but he recovers. Hardaway now played by Kukoc. Hardaway able to slice his way through to set it up for Leonard for three. Rashawn Leonard hammering the three from right in front of the Chicago bench. And the Bulls now lead by 11. Leonard only his second field goal. He has 5 points. Longley. Nice pass from Kukoc.
Exactly what the Chicago Bulls need from Tony Kukoc. He's got to create out there now by putting the ball on the floor, get into the teeth of the defense, look for a score himself or those kickouts to other players. But Tim Hardaway starting to get into the lane for Miami.
Here's Leonard for three. Down to 5 seconds in the quarter. Kukoc for three. And the tip at the buzzer. Randy Brown getting inside for the tip. 3 quarters complete here in Chicago.
Well, when Miami Dan Marley took a shot in the mouth. Oh, beautiful pass to Michael Jordan as Dan Marley got hit in the mouth from Jud Bushler and just stopped cold in his tracks.
The Bulls now have a 17-point lead. Hardaway looking to put on moves against Brown, who is a very fine defensive player. The call applauded by Brown, although I don't think that was his real feeling about it. But Randy Brown has called for his first. Beautiful pass, as you mentioned, and Michael Jordan. Chicago Bulls playing without Scottie Pippen with that injured foot. Played 7 minutes. That's it. Hopper for three. Yes. We might look back on that shot as one of the critical field goals for the Bulls.
In games 1 and 2, it was Ron Harper hitting the big three-pointers with about 3 minutes to go in each game.
Mashburn and Hopper on the rebound. Hopper's hit 4 of 6 from the field. He has 9 points. We're just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Crowd has been very quiet here in the fourth. Not much to cheer for from the Chicago point of view. The offense has struggled. And Rodman and Mourning get involved once again. And then Dennis Rodman saving the moment by patting Alonzo Mourning, who did not appreciate the gesture.
Well, Dennis tries to control, but just doesn't seem to be able to control himself at times.
Hardaway very quiet in the second half. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer, foot on the line. 20 of his 27 points came in the first half, and the Bulls now lead 93-80. All right, here is Bushler. Oh, Harper again off the board. Ron Harper has come up big in this fourth quarter. 11 points in all, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Hardaway for three, and the rebound handled by Rodman. As we come up on 3 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Bushler just looking for the three, but changed his mind, and Longley able to finish it off. Luke Longley with 14.
Well, he heard the wrath of Michael Jordan, I'm sure, after Game 4 for never getting involved early in the game. Nice bounce back one by Luke Longley to really overshadow and outplay Alonzo Mourning in Game 5.
2 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Mashburn putting the move on Jordan, setting it up for Mourning, who was stripped. It's an embarrassing game for Alonzo Mourning. 0 for 3 from the field. And Alonzo with 7 turnovers. They're on their feet cheering the Bulls, who are headed to the NBA Finals for the 5th time the last 7 years. Bushler on the loose ball. And particularly with the injury suffered by Scottie Pippen, you know, the Bulls delighted to get a couple of extra days off rather than have to play in Miami on Friday, as they will await the winner between the Utah Jazz and the Houston Rockets.
And I'm sure they will root for a 7-game series over in the West.
Harper, yes. Ron Harper, a major factor here tonight with an outstanding performance in the fourth quarter. Harper with another rebound. We come up on 1 minute remaining in the fourth.
And then that last high pick by Alonzo Mourning trying to clip Michael Jordan there, as Michael had to do everything to dodge it.
Harper with 9 of his 13 points here in the fourth. And the Bulls in no hurry. Harper is fouled, held by Mashburn.
He tried to make a game of it in the second half. Alonzo Mourning, he just didn't get the message. He had 10 points. For the Bulls, the lead kept getting down to about 10 points, but then they would pump it back up. That's a sign of a good team. For the Bulls, though, Michael Jordan, he didn't do so well in the second half, but they didn't need him. The Bully Bulls have plenty of depth.
We kept control of the game pretty much. Never really lost control of the game. Kept it right around 10, 11, 12, 13 points. We falter here or there. We come up with a big play. Right back up to 15, 17 points.
We could not score. We turned it over. We missed some shots. We got down 14-2 and then gradually got back into the game a little bit. But, I mean, you just got to try to stem the tide as much as you can with that kind of energy early.
We had support from everybody, and that's the sign of a good team, a championship team. You know, when a key individual goes down, we rally around that and, you know, find ways to move it up.
That's one of the good things about this team, and I think you saw that tonight with Judd Bushler stepping in and playing lots of minutes for Scotty, as we have guys that can come in and do the job, and I think that's why we'll be very strong again going into these finals.
We know we've got to play better than we've played right now and bring our level of play up, particularly on the offensive end of the court, if we're going to be really a candidate to win the championship.
We've come a long way in 2 years, and, you know, feel very good about it. I'm not going to have any sour grapes this summer. You know, this has been a good one.
The Heat shouldn't be ashamed, man. They had a great regular season, win 61 games. They get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They overachieved, man. And Pat Riley wins Coach of the Year, and Isaac Austin, most improved player. They had a successful year, I'd say. But the Bulls, man, everybody's saying they're not playing that well. Hey, they're still winning. They're in the NBA Finals. But you know what? It does give some hope to Houston or Utah.
So the Heat are gone, but the beat goes on in Miami. Party Town #1 recently played host to the Miami Dance Convention, where the undoubted stars of the show were DJ production team Masters at Work, who launched their new album project, which is chock full of classic dance stars, Nuyorican soul.
I was heavily into the club scene, he was heavily in the hip-hop scene. But that's what makes the Masters at Work. We remade a few classics because we felt those records were very unnoticed, and at the same time, too, doing those records over will teach the young people of today where a lot of the influences for dance music today comes from.
And it's got the 70s sound to it too as well, which is the live sound. All the music is live.
Tell me a bit about this Nuyorican soul project.
Nuyorican Soul is a new project of ours where we're taking a lot of the live element of our production, putting a lot of good people together.
I mean, we've worked with India, Jocelyn Brown, George Benson, Tito Puente, Eddie Palmieri. Those are people that we've collected over the years, and we've said, damn, you know, these guys have made a change in the music.
You had these guys, you had your gods and your goddesses working with you in the studio. I mean, what was that like as an experience?
It was incredible, you know, to actually be there in the studio while we was, you know, in there vibing with them was just, you know, it was just a big pleasure.
You can do it, baby. You can do it, baby. Yeah.
I came in the studio to a track that they played for me. It was very, very funky. I was trying to stay out of the way of the rhythm. And then when I picked up my guitar, somehow or another I got all involved. You know, so. People like that become the leaders in the music world. it takes that kind of mentality, that kind of tenacity to make things happen. Once people get past that and they know you're a wild kind of guy, you got their ears. What's this wild kind of guy coming up with next?
Runaway is a song we all loved from back in the days, back in the disco days, that was originally done by Loleatta Holloway and Vince Montana.
India decided that she wanted to sing in Spanish. And I think that was very unique because that hasn't been done on that type of a groove.
A lot of the guys that we have on the album are, you know, musicians that we looked up to, you know, over the years growing up.
Right now we're doing The Influence. You know, we've done Brand New Heavies and a few others in the past few months, but we're very selective on it, and we're really trying to concentrate on production and writing.
So how about in the UK then? When will we be able to see the Masters DJing and we'll see Nuyorican Soul playing?
Kenny and I going out together, we're going to DJ. And in the middle of the summer, I think we're working on doing Phoenix with Nuyorican Soul. So it's going to be an interesting show.
Nuyorican Soul tip. If you're not tipped in, tip on it, baby, because it's happening.
And now the chance for you to win the basketball trip of a lifetime in our weekly competition. It's New York City, and our first prize sees you and a lucky companion being part of the 1998 All-Star event held at Madison Square Garden. It's where basketball stars come out to play. 2 places for the 2 runners-up is a week at one of 4 UK venues for the Nike European Basketball Camp, the perfect opportunity to hone your skills. And if you fancy taking on the cream of the NBA from your own home, each weekly winner receives a Sony PlayStation. Other weekly prizes see you going total NBA, you get a team vest, an NBA video, and an NBA team cap. Finally, each week, 10 runners-up will get a year's subscription to XXL, Channel 4's own extra large NBA magazine. So now it's as simple as this. What happens next? Here's the last answer in our competition. We went back to 1981 and the Detroit Pistons at the Boston Celtics. Larry the Legend Bird got the ball with 4 seconds left. Did he A, drive to the hoop, B, shoot the jumper, or C, pass to Parrish? The answer was B, as Larry Bird gave a pump fake and hit this great shot that was so typical of his style and ability, and a fitting way to end this segment of our competition. Here's our final Sony PlayStation winner, who also takes the remaining place in our playoff for the All-Star trip to New York.
Try to put us to down. Talking about my generation. Just because we get around. Talking about my generation. Things they do look awful. Talking about my generation. I hope I die before I get old. Talking about my generation.
Bank the Frank, Frank with the green.
I called the police. I really did.
We're trying to fit room here, boys.
Thanks a bunch.
Why didn't you make me 2 hours?
Give a cost reserve, please.
Why are they in such a hurry?
When the packages they carry could often be sent in seconds by ISDN.
Why do we use so much paper?
When the paperless office is quicker and more efficient.
And why do they do that every day?
When mobile manager systems could make the journey unnecessary. Why not change the way we work? For a guide to how you could take advantage of communications technology, call BT on 0800 800 800.
I want a guy who brings me white roses every day.
I was born with my sun in Virgo, so she has to be Aries with Leo rising.
Smells good.
Well, she's got to have a Harvard MBA, freckles, and her own teeth.
4 vacations a year.
I'm holding out for a James Dean look-alike.
Second home in Aspen.
The 2-liter Chrysler Neon comes with ABS brakes, air conditioning, 3-year warranty, twin airbags, and automatic transmission at no extra cost.
And...
The Chrysler Neon, built for the most demanding country in the world.
Other opticians offer free sunglasses. Vision Express give you more. Buy any glasses now and get free prescription sunglasses. Even bifocals and varifocals. Choose from over 100 frames. And because we're Vision Express, your glasses will be ready in about an hour. Vision Express, the best free sunglasses offer.
On Delta's new business class, we know how to treat you like an individual. That's why we fly more individuals worldwide than any other airline. Delta Airlines, on top of the world.
Greatest basketball team of all time? Now, what would that look like? There'd be 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. The classic lineup. In the backcourt, how about Jerry West?
West throws it up. He makes it.
And Magic Johnson. Oscar Robertson and Elgin Baylor might be our forwards. And take your pick of the big men at center. Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or maybe Hakeem.
Olajuwon spins.
5 different positions, 5 different players. Well, that wouldn't quite cut it today, would it? Now, the game is a-changing. Gone are the days of the power forward just rebounding, the point guard only passing. Today's new Jack machines have multi-skilled parts. The Chicago Bulls are stacked with Renaissance men. Michael Jordan can hit the J like a shooting guard. Scottie Pippen has the versatility to play 4 positions. And when it comes to centers, you can plug anyone into the mix, and the Bulls seem to win. With Grant Hill playing point forward, a combo of point guard and small forward, the Pistons play a similar game to the Bulls. The difference? They don't have a center. The multi-purpose players they do have are leading to wins. The new Jack 90s ballers are versatile. They can do it all. Pass, shoot, block shots. Hey, they'll do just about anything to get a win. Well, just about anything.
So it's those old dependables, Utah and Houston. And after losing the first 2 games on the road, it seems that Sir Charles of the Rockets is considering a career as a surgeon.
Obviously, the ref's not going to do their job. They're going to let him set, move, and pick that day. So I was trying to separate his shoulder or break a rib. I was serious.
Wise words indeed from the master. However, in Game 3, it was another old-timer, 38-year-old Eddie Johnson, who provided the killer touch with 31 points, dragging one back for the Rockets in Houston.
Eddie Johnson. 3. Eddie Johnson. Johnson leans in with a jumper. Got it. Pass off. Eddie Johnson with a 3. Yes! He is on fire, Eddie Johnson.
So another game in Houston and the chance to tie up at 2 apiece. For words with the pictures, here's the professor.
Game 4 was playoff ball at its best. Neither team could get much of a lead as they played a seesaw match. The Rockets enjoyed the home cooking as Clyde the Glide sizzled from the floor. Houston went on a mini run in the first quarter.
Barkley against Malone, 9 on the clock. Barkley left baseline, fadeaway shot on Malone, good.
Then Utah grabbed a slim lead.
16 to shoot. It's Stockton firing away, left to the key, and that's in.
Houston got defensive before the half, and Drexler did all the offending.
Hey, here's Drexler with a run-out dunk. Stockton driving it baseline right underneath. Leaves it for Hornacek. A shot blocked by Olajuwon. Houston out on the run. Drexler on the drive down the lane. Feeds Ellie. He lays it in. Easy baskets, Jim. 6 to shoot. Malone hands to Stockton. Stockton driving into the lane, shoots it up and in. John Stockton.
The Rockets couldn't shake the Jazz as the team went a little cold in the second half. But Utah was letting this one slip away, and Houston capitalized on every Jazz mistake. But it was a little bit too early to celebrate, especially when you play against the MVP.
Stockton on the right side, slips it into Malone. Malone turnaround shot on Barkley. Good, the game tied at 92.
With a few clicks left, Utah still had a chance to take the lead.
Stockton running down the clock, works around a Malone screen. Here's Hornacek in the lane, right corner, Russell. A three on the way, missing. Rebounded by Barkley with 6 seconds left. And a timeout taken, Houston. Eddie Johnson looking to bring it in. Still looking, he comes in to Maloney. Maloney pressured by Stockton. Left side is Drexler, 3 seconds. Now it's Maloney with 1/8 of a second. Eddie Johnson. Just like game 3, Eddie Johnson was the man. At the buzzer, he hits a 3-point field goal to give Houston the win, and that squares up this series.
I saw Clyde got double teamed, and in that situation, it's a no-pressure shot. If we miss it, go to overtime, we're at home. I've been feeling good on my threes. I didn't get a lot of looks tonight, but that felt good.
So it's down to that possible 1-1-1 thing. That's a game in Utah, then Houston, then back to Utah again. That's plenty of air miles, but the Rockets are no strangers to travel.
These days, the Rockets find that having their own plane has its advantages.
Well, having a chartered airplane like this works out really good for them because they can, like, of course, they live here in Houston. They can park their car in back of the airplane and walk on the airplane.
Never have enough clothes.
They walk right off the airplane, get into a bus, and go right to the hotel.
And when it comes to food, these guys don't make peanuts, so why should they have to eat them?
I got dreams, snack, dinner, sushi.
I gotta try that. I gotta try that.
This is rule number 8. We're leaving on a plane, and it's dinner or afternoon. Always have sushi and steamed rice.
There's always chicken, some form of chicken.
Got yellowtail,
Chicken fingers,
salmon,
chicken wings,
California rolls,
fried chicken,
12 pieces.
barbecue chicken, chicken breast.
No, we keep them all happy.
I want some steak.
With NBA City spread all over the map, a 3,000-mile trip can be made easier when you have your own ride. The Rocket Jet is fueled with all the extras. There are plenty of televisions, so the team can check out the game tapes. The players don't have to hassle with those crowded airports like the rest of us. That keeps them fresh for the game action.
The old days, it was a lot tougher. We went commercial, food wasn't reliable. Just getting in and out of the airport a lot of times was tough. We had to wait on the baggage, flights were delayed, guys sleeping in airports. Back-to-backs back then were just really, really tough. Let's go, Rockets. Let's go work now.
I don't know if the Jazz have their own plane, but they weren't flying high in Game 5 as the series was all knotted at 2. Karl Malone couldn't throw it in the ocean in the first quarter. And in the second, it was more of the same for the mailman. You know things aren't going well when your opponent scores for you. Nice one, Chuck. The Rockets did follow that play up the right way.
Drexler sneaks his way inside, and Hakeem is there for the foul. Malone forced out by the double team, comes cross court to Stockton for 3. Barkley with Malone way out on him. And now backs his way in. Outside, Maloney for 3.
The Jazz got hot in the second half, and so did Malone.
Malone, quick turnaround.
Utah found their confidence as they shot from the hip.
Stockton.
The all-time leader in assists did what he does best. And Jeff Hornacek drove the nail into Houston's coffin.
Hornacek, the runner. Game 5 goes to the Utah Jazz.
I was very encouraged by the way we played here. And if we go home and win Game 6, that will be very encouraging to us coming back here Sunday.
So far, the home team has won every game in the series. Game 6 was in Houston, and the Rockets felt quite confident that form would hold. The hometown homies performed some slick tricks in the first quarter. The Rockets had a nice lead. The Jazz kept it close behind their three-point shooting in the first half, and the Rockets held the lead for the second half.
Olajuwon again low left. He comes through the paint, over to the right-hand side. Ellie fires the 3. Good! Mario Ellie! Battle for the loose. It's Houston looking for numbers. They've got it. Over to the right side. Drexler glides in.
Johnny Hoops then went to work. Stockton scored Utah's final 9 points as he brought them back from a 13-point fourth-quarter deficit. Drexler had a chance to put the Rockets ahead in the final moments.
Last shot time. Drexler penetrates. Drexler, the shot. No. Rebound. Timeout. Utah.
With the score tied and 2.8 seconds left, the Jazz had a shot to win the series.
One right behind the other. They're going to break out of it.
Oh,
Inbound
he'll get
Stockton.
this.
He's got a shot. Here's the three for the game. They go to Chicago. Utah goes to Chicago. Stockton hits the three. It's over. The Jazz are coming to Chicago. They've won the West. Stockton is the hero. He buries the three.
To win it the way we wanted and came back when it looked pretty bad for us, and we believed in each other, and we stuck in there. And each guy down the stretch did something special to help this team win, and it's an unbelievable feeling.
So we're down to the final two, and yes, the NBA final, which means we'll be courtside for game one between Chicago and Utah. So now's as good a time as any to do what all the smart players in the league do and have a nice trim.
What's up? These my boys. This is where I get my hair cut at Ginger Rose. These all the fellas here.
So, Mike, tell us about some of the players that come and get their hair cut.
Kendall Gill is one of the top players. He comes here all the time, and he likes it here.
The man right here. The man's making me look good.
Usually the players, they know what they want, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's pretty basic. They either want a baldy, or they want a skin fade, or they want a flat top, you know? And then some of them come with little lines. Then we get people like Ryman, they just want colors and crazy stuff. They make their own styles, the players, really. You know, they know what they want.
You know, you've got Larry Johnson here now, and this man owns his own barbershop.
When I was growing up, I spent most of my years hanging out at the barbershop. It's always been a dream to have a barbershop.
Terrell Brandon doing it now.
Right.
And there's competition out there from the NBA.
No, basically that all started because where they were playing, they had nobody to cut their hair like they wanted to.
My favorite player, one of them was Dr. J, and everyone liked the afro, especially when it shook when you moved and stuff like that. So. He's the first one with braids to play in the NBA, ever.
Ooh,
that was the first time ever that happened.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful culture thing, if you want to look at it that way, or it was a very rebellious thing, if you want to look at the Dennis Rodman way.
Now, the one guy who hasn't seemed to influence his other players is Dennis Rodman. Does he influence the fans, though?
Ever since he became big, they were doing orange hair, green hair, red hair. Every week we do a couple at least, you know, especially a lot of younger kids. They all get, you know, part of individuality. I mean, they see him like that, you know, they want to be their own person too, you know.
Now, tell me about the baldy. I mean, is this good for the barber business or bad?
It is great for the barber business. That's the best style. Everybody thinks, oh, the baldy's bad, but that's the best. We have guys come here every 2 or 3 days. And they pay every 2 or 3 days, so it's good for us. We love that style.
You can't argue with that, can you? Is that Jordan? Is that the Jordan influence? Is that when it really started?
I think so. I think Jordan, he was really the one.
So what's your favourite? Is there one player that you look to say, yeah, there's the classic?
The classic, I would say? I think classic still is the flat top. I mean, that's my favorite haircut. I can't get it because I have no hair on top. But
those are the days, eh, Mike?
Yeah, you know.
The hook can be an unstoppable shot. The sky hook was the trademark of the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. For the sky hook, stay low, pivot on the left foot to the baseline, lift the right knee and extend the arm, point your hand in the basket. Strong hands and good footwork are the key. This drill develops both. Jump off the right foot and shoot with the left. Jump off the left foot and shoot with the right. And you've got to make 100 of these a day. Add some mustard to this skill. Fake to the baseline, big step to the middle, and a short hook over the front of the rim. When the pressure's on, look for the big centres or the power forwards to go to the hook.
So that's it, we're down to the wire, which means finals mode, which is in the thick of it, game by game, courtside coverage for you on our regular Saturday morning and Monday night programmes, and then on a new Thursday night slot as well. And don't forget, if that's not enough for you, log on to our very own website, and I'll see you on Monday.
This week on Wanted, 3 teams are on the run again, trying to keep a step ahead of our trackers. The runners could be hiding anywhere, up there, in here, or they could have given them the slip completely. So join in the hunt, Wanted, Sunday at 6:30 on 4, live.
Tense talk between Gil and Rowdy and a serious lack of communication between the drovers and the Indians. Believe it or not, it's time to bring in the clowns in Rawhide after the break.
It's Curry's biggest ever sale, with massive savings from Iowa, many with buy now, pay later. The sale at Curry's, Britain's biggest electrical stores.
We have the soil. We have the vines. We make great wine. So what do people drink? 1664.
Kronenberg 1664, the best-loved premium beer in France.
The only ones drinking Chateau Châtelet are me and him. Well, me anyway.
If you can't beat them, join up.
I know.
Join them up. Now, join up them.
Why are you driving?
When mobile manager systems could make the journey unnecessary.
Why are you flying?
When you could hold a video conference instead.
And why are you working late?
When something as simple as email can keep you in the loop. Why not change the way we work? For a guide to how you could take advantage of communications technology, call BT on 0800 800 800.
We've engineered the Rover 600 to be a haven of calm and tranquility. And once experienced, it's never forgotten.
Welcome home, sir.
Come along to Celtic Park, Glasgow for live entertainment from Wet 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 and Sean Maguire. Get Up and Give, Monday on GMTV.
Join us live from Celtic Park.
It's the highlight of the racing calendar. The most famous day in world racing. Derby Day is upon us. Join the spectacle. Watch the world's greatest race. The Derby. Coverage starts at 1:30 next Saturday, only on 4.
Real pulling power on 4.
Keep moving, moving, moving. Oh, they're disapproving. Keep them doggies moving right. Don't try to understand them. Just roll